Hello everyone, today is the fourth installment of recording videos in advance, not time-sensitive videos and due to market updates, just timeless videos. Right, here we have the top 1% of every cryptocurrency that we speak about on the channel in regards to the rich list positions, top 1%. I need to preface, point number one is entertainment purposes only. A lot of people get very emotional when it comes to cryptocurrency amounts. It is just for entertainment, just a little bit of fun, realizing where you are and where you need to be. Right? That's why it's very, very important. So get a piece of paper out, get a whiteboard out. I want this video to serve as a checkpoint in time. January, February 2023, check in a couple months. How close are you to these goals? Maybe set a longer time frame, 2024, 2025, to reach these top 1% positions. Also, if you hold your crypto for a long time, the more holds will be, the price will go up, the higher demand, the higher it'll actually be to get one singular token. So in regards to QNT, it'll be hard to get one QNT, more holders, so the actual 1% position will go lower and lower and lower. So your amount will go higher and higher up the ranks and positions. So if that's something you're interested in today's video, including XRP, QNT, XDC, CSPR, AWT, stay around to the end. And without further ado, here we go. Okay, so firstly, we have XRP. Top 1% position is 68,880 XRP, equivalent to $29,143 worth. That is not too bad in comparison to other cryptocurrencies. Expect XRP as well. You expect to be quite a little bit higher in my personal opinion. Then 10% being 3,157, equivalent to $1,335 worth. I think the majority of people are in the top 10% positions because when you invest in XRP, you're not chipping in a little bit. You're going pretty heavy in. I think the majority of people that are invested have it quite high in their portfolio. But comparing it to Quant QNT, the top 1% position is 1,160 QNT, equating to $176,000 worth. I believe there are multiple reasons for this. And the main reason is we are not the target audience. We are along for the ride. Same with XRP, but when it comes to Ripple, not everything Ripple does involves XRP, but every time something is involved with Quant in the overledger, QNT is involved because the overledger cannot function without QNT, right? Being the interoperability solution for Oracle, LapChain, SIA, 430,000 customers ready for the overledger, right? Also in regards to recent price movement, XRP has not moved from many lows from the past 4 years, maybe those 20-cent sort of positions, but we're 30-40 cents, not that far from the lows. But in regards to Quant QNT, relatively not too long ago, 2020, single-digit prices, right? These people are up in the same profit. So if you went to Twitter right now, you can see a difference. If you ask people, how much QNT do I need to make it to become rich? People will be saying at least 100 QNT of what I've seen. 100 QNT, I've seen people say that's not enough. 200 QNT is what you need. And that's like, $20,000, $30,000 worth. And I've seen some people say you need 1,000 QNT, which I think is a little bit extreme. But in regards to XRP, if you ask that question, people will say 1,000 XRP. I've seen people say 5,000 XRP. Something more reasonable, I would say, is 10,000 XRP. And I think expectations and price predictions play a big part in how much XRP or how much crypto you hold. Very high expectations where XRP can go, so people are not that have that urge to buy a lot of it, right? So that's a big factor, but that is pretty insane to see. Also, XDC, insanely low. So top 1% position here is 116,000 XDC, $3,300 worth. Now, at first glance, you might think, is there any whales holding XDC? That's very alarming. But you can see here, there's 864,000 total addresses. And there's this thing, I can't remember the exact name, but there's a sign-up thing, an email thing, where if you signed up, you got 1 to 10 XDC. So the bulk of these addresses are, 10 XDC, nothing amounts. So that's obviously brought the average down immensely, and the top 10% being $338 worth. So this is definitely more of an achievable amount to actually get in the top 1%. Now we're on to LCX, $88,854 worth. A big part of this when it comes to lower cap cryptos also, there's not too much of a spread. There's only 16,600 holes worth, so the top 1% is obviously 166, right? So it's obviously going to be in the the lower tier sort of wallet sort of positions, right? Also, in regards to LCX, a huge part, I believe, the wallet holders going up is the FTX scenario situation, moving to a regulated exchange. So we can see here, usually we can see 2.4 24 volume, but usually it was barely touching a mil, barely touching a million 24 volume. And then around those sort of times, we saw 87 million 24 volume. A huge part of this, obviously, is the LCX vault. So we can see here, company reserve. So deep cold storage for LCX company reserve, 100 million LCX tokens, fixed lockup until the 1st of June 2023. Certificate of Asset Protection. Now here I want to talk about the LCX Vault. Cold storage for crypto assets. It provides institutional grade custody for crypto and digital assets. They developed a proprietary bank graded cold storage solution applying the highest standards of cryptographic and physical securities. Now here's some of the features, right? So 8 eyes authentication principle, bank grade physical security factors while the storage is outside the banking system, 24/7 guards, concrete reinforced blast doors. No one is getting through to your crypto. LCX is a hidden gem. I have more videos on my channel. Check those ones out. Now moving swiftly on to HBAR. A big theme obviously is we are not the main target audience. Enterprise was, and we're now the new target audience with the HBAR Foundation, especially in regards to retail use cases. Enterprise use cases are going live and are live right now in terms of atma.io. TPS is through the roof, smoking every other chain out there. Hopefully we'll see more of Coupon Bureau, digital coupons, IBM use case, so many more down the pipeline. So 1.5 million HBAR for top 1%, equating to $130,000 worth. More accurate towards QNT. This is not 100% accurate also. This is more in an unofficial rich list because the hash is dead. It's gone. 10%, 70,000 HBAR. Huge drop. $4,888 worth. Definitely more achievable and definitely achievable for 2023 in my opinion, if it's not already reached, that is. Now on to ALBT. Moving through these last three very quickly. 24 grand worth. Obviously, if these lower cap cryptos, there is not that many holders. So the top 1% is 222. To be 222 in the whole scheme of holders is a pretty significant feat in itself. So 24 grand, low cap, mitigate your risk, but that is a fantastic amount, and actually 10% is very achievable for the year 2023. CSPR 15.2k, and then moving on to API free is 11.3k. And so with all the cryptos combined, we can see here under $25,000, the more achievable amounts are API free, CSPR, ALBT, XDC. If that's something that really interests you, get into the top 1% positions, that is your cryptos right there. And then over 25k is XRP, QNT, HBAR, and LCX. So we can realize now, establishing where we are and where we need to be. So it's pretty self-obvious, but a lot of people do not write this stuff down. I think it's so important to write down a piece of paper, have it in writing. How much money are you putting in every single month? So 1,000 API free, you want to get to 7,000. Is the amounts that you're putting every single month going to match up to the end of the year? If not, you got to reevaluate your plan. I think a lot of people are way too diversified in this market with the amount of money they actually have invested. Me, myself, I cut off a lot of my portfolio in 2022, a lot of low cap gems I didn't have full belief in. I sort of chucked in that ticked some of the boxes but had a few red flags, so I just cut them off completely. And they might happen to some of these cryptos I'm talking about today. So lastly, we can see here, what is the incentive to get to top 1% of each of these cryptos? I put them all into separate categories. So dominating sector of cryptocurrencies with XRP when it comes to cross-border payments, QNT, interoperability, XDC trade finance, HBAR, being known as that lean DLT. And when it comes to enterprise, wealth multipliers, CSPR and API free when it comes to the oracles and enterprise and the tech for CSPR, and also staking, multiplying that wealth over and over again throughout the years, how long you want to stake, and also low cap gems, 100x material, ALBT, and LCX. You might be saying to me, David, this is just a checkpoint video. Where is the value? How do I know these are actual viable investments to invest in for the future? Right? Why would I actually try and get to the top 1%, top 10% positions? Well, I have the answer for you. I'm pointing you now to other videos. Here's one, the $500,000 plan with the low caps like CSPR, ALBT, and API free. And another one, the multi-million-dollar plan with the likes of LCX, QNT, HBAR, XRP, and XDC. Go into detail why I think they're viable holds for the future, and the PlayStation markets that they're attacking, capturing a small percentage would be insane and outweigh their market caps 10, 100, 1,000 to 1 in the future. But that's pretty much it for today's video. Hopefully you found some value. Hopefully you find some value in those videos that I've just pointed to you. And I'll see you guys in the next one.